Okay, so let's learn about the present tense of the verb avere. A verb is a doing word, an action word, and avere, if you look it up in the dictionary, means to have. So every time we learn an Italian verb, we're going to learn for 6 people. Io, I, tu, you, lui, lei, lui, she, he, noi, we, voi, you all, and loro, they. Let's look at this verb. I have is ho. Notice I don't need to say io ho. I just say the verb ho. You have hai. She, he has ha. We have abbiamo. You all have avete. And they have hanno. Now the reason for not using the subject is that the verb ending, for example, the O here, is already telling the listener or the reader who is performing the action. So O, or in a verb in the present tense, automatically means I. I'm performing the action, io. The I in I gives the information that tu is performing the subject. You are performing the subject. The A ending tells me that either he or she, lui or lei, is performing the action, and the iamo, I-A-M-O, is telling me that we, noi, are performing the action, and so forth. The Italians will only say io with their verb for emphasis. For example, perhaps if someone is asking, who is age 16? Someone will say, io ho 16 anni, for emphasis, to emphasize that amongst all these people, it's I have 16 years. Also note that it doesn't translate literally. So when I say my age in Italian, ho 16 anni, I'm actually saying I have 16 years. Now, the verb avere in Italian is used to express age, as I mentioned before. Quanti anni hai? How old are you? And your answer, o, the number, 16, and the word for years, anni. It's also used to express ownership. Per esempio, for example, ho una matita rossa, ho una tazza arancione, ho un libro. Avere, the verb avere, is also used to express, is also used with some idioms, such as I'm hungry, ho fame, I'm thirsty, ho sete, I'm hot or caldo, I'm cold, ho freddo, I'm tired or sleepy, ho sonno, and I'm embarrassed, ho vergogna. Many others, of course. Now, if I used in all my examples, I said I used the verb for I, or, but you can change all of that to the other verbs as well. So if you want to say that someone else is 16 years old, ha 16 anni. If you want to say that we all have an iPhone, then you're going to use abbiamo un iPhone 6, un iPhone 6, etc. Now, that's the end of the explanation, but if you want some study tips, then continue to watch. Every time you learn a verb in Italian, you have to memorize the 6 people, and some strategies for that. Some students may choose to write them down until they've memorized them. Some instead may decide to repeat them orally until they've memorized. And a good way of doing that, an effective way, is to create like a chant, because as a song, it's sort of, when you have rhythm, it helps you, it helps with memorization. So for example, you could practice with io ho and repeat it for memorization. Io ho, tu hai, lui lei ha, lui lei ha, noi abbiamo, voi avete, loro hanno, and you continue like that until you've learned them all. Now, they all must be memorized every time we do a new verb, and you need to be able to conjugate, so to recall that verb on the spot. So if I say to you, can you please say they have? Immediately your brain should go hanno, etc. So make sure you practice those. And pronunciation, notice that I did not pronounce the H. The H in Italian is silent. O a, not ho, hai, ha. They do not pronounce the H. And there is a reason for that, and it's because without the H, this word means or. Without the H, this word means at the. And without the H, this word means at. And this last one means year without the H, so it does distinguish between the two words.